The deepest canyon on the planet. A roaring torrent plunging 2,000 meters over a distance of just 50 kilometers. Right in this treacherous location, China is constructing a hydroelectric project 3 times the size of the Three Gorges Dam. While Three Gorges generates 22 gigawatts, Medog is designed to reach 60 gigawatts. Construction history has never seen a megaproject like this.
More than the world's largest dam, it's built in the most extreme environment recorded.
With a total investment of $167 billion, construction officially began in July 2025, with completion expected by 2033. Downstream, however, India is watching with intense focus. This water is the lifeline for 300 million people before becoming the Brahmaputra River in India and joining the Jamuna in Bangladesh. Holding this upstream position gives China ultimate control over the water supply. On July 19, 2025, Power China issued the order to break ground in one of the most inaccessible places on Earth. Are now under construction. China is bringing this mega project to life step by step, entirely from scratch. There are no existing roads or infrastructure at the site. The Medog Highway, opened in 2022, serves as the sole logistics corridor, carrying 40 million tons of cement and millions of tons of steel with no alternative route. New tunnels continuously slice through sheer cliff faces. Every drilling phase requires building its own access route. Engineers conduct exploratory drilling on the rock face to test stability before placing explosives. Thanks to this process, 12 kilometers of mountain roads were carved out in just 4 months. A dense network of steel anchors is driven into the cliffs to withstand constant Himalayan seismic activity. To connect the expanding tunnel routes, new bridges are built across side canyons. 6 heavy-duty bridges were erected just to reach the site of the first dam. The deepest, inaccessible spots were tackled using a fleet of heavy transport helicopters. These helicopters act as a lifeline for urgent equipment and ultra-heavy components, for nature never waits for construction schedules. Meanwhile, an industrial cable car system stretches across the main canyon. Crossing by cable car cabin takes just 8 minutes, compared to 3 hours on mountain roads. This auxiliary logistics network alone cost billions of dollars.
To build the dam, clearing an access corridor was an absolute prerequisite.
The power grid was pulled along the main route because machinery needs energy before it can create energy. Every mega project starts with basic building blocks: a road, a power line, a camp, and then the heavy machinery floods in. Once the temporary transit network was operational, the next goal was to tame the flow. With flood discharges reaching 14,000 cubic meters per second, the Yarlung Tsangpo River had to yield. The plan was to blast a diversion canal through the cliff, forcing the river along a temporary route to free up the original riverbed for dam construction. The challenge lay in the 200-million-year-old Cambrian granite, an extremely tough rock, virtually immune to conventional explosives. Carving a 30-meter deep channel in 6 weeks was an extreme test. Through high-pressure explosive blasts, the cliff collapsed in just 4 seconds. The diversion canal quickly took shape under the rapid clearing of excavators and heavy trucks. A temporary cofferdam was constructed across the river using riprap combined with a compacted clay core to eliminate seepage. This temporary structure cost hundreds of millions of dollars and will be leveled once the main dam is complete. It is a single-use tool designed to redirect the most powerful river in Asia. Forced into a new direction, the flow slowed down, marking the first time in history that the Yarlung Tsangpo was diverted. Crews swarmed down to the dry riverbed, where human footprints touched pristine bedrock beyond expectations. Every piece of weathered surface debris was cleared to provide an absolute foundation for the dam body. Rigorous core drilling was conducted, documenting every meter of rock before pouring concrete. To block any risk of underground seepage, high-pressure cement grout was injected to seal every fissure in the granite bedrock. Across 5 waterfall locations, job sites accelerated simultaneously, turning the entire canyon into the largest construction site on the planet. In parallel, workers began excavating four 20-kilometer-long tunnels through the 7,700-meter-high Mount Namcha Barwa. Assembly began on a giant tunnel boring machine with a 14-meter diameter, the largest machine in Asia. This 4,000-ton steel behemoth was disassembled into 300 parts for transport and took 4 months to assemble on site. Equipped with 240 super-hard tungsten carbide cutter discs, the machine spun its first turns, officially carving into the ancient mountain. Inside the mountain lies an exceptionally harsh working environment, noisy, hot, and under the pressure of millions of tons of crushing rock. Teams work exhausting 12-hour shifts to push toward the light ahead. As each section opens up, precast concrete liners are pressed tightly against the wall, allowing the tunnel to reinforce itself as it advances. At ideal speeds, a concrete ring is secured every 40 minutes. Approximately 50,000 cubic meters of granite excavated from each tunnel are reused as fill material outside. 4 TBMs operate continuously, 24 hours a day, hollowing out the mountain from 4 directions.
The real test came at kilometer 8, when the machine struck an underground aquifer within a fractured stratum.
Emergency protocols were triggered. Cement grout was forcibly injected under 50 bars of pressure. After 48 hours of monitoring, once the stratum stabilized, the drill bit was allowed to advance. Behind the concrete lining, massive load-bearing steel pipes were installed, ready for scenarios where water rushes at 60 meters per second. Seismic sensors were installed at 100-meter intervals to track tectonic shifts across the Himalayas. After 51 months of relentless drilling, the first drill bit broke through the mountain wall. The remaining 3 tunnel routes reached the finish line one by one, ready to divert the flow through 20 kilometers underground before feeding into the power plant. Ultra-heavy steel intake gates were installed at the headworks to regulate flow rates. With the underground tunnel system complete, 5 concrete dam tiers began rising along the 2,000-meter drop. At the highest point, where the current is fiercest, Dam number 1 stands to absorb the full kinetic energy of the massive bend. Concrete batching plants positioned right on the canyon brink discharge material directly to the base for continuous, non-stop pouring. Roller-compacted concrete technology is used to optimize construction time without traditional formwork.
300-millimeter concrete layers are spread and compacted immediately by high-capacity vibratory rollers.
New layers are added before lower layers can harden, combined with an internal network of cooling pipes to neutralize the heat of hydration. From a distance, the dam body resembles a geological diary recording every day of construction. 5 kilometers downstream, the subsequent dam tiers rise simultaneously, forming an integrated production line. Spillway gates weighing 900 tons are precision-craned into the main dam body, ready to relieve pressure during the fiercest storms. Nighttime concrete work at Tier 3 takes advantage of lower plateau temperatures, significantly reducing the load on the cooling system. Every reinforced concrete sample must pass rigorous compression testing. A single discrepancy means demolishing the entire segment. As the wall of Dam number 1 reaches completion, the reservoir behind it begins filling, turning the roaring torrent into a serene lake. At the same time, Tiers 4 and 5 complete their structures, taking full command of the 2,000-meter elevation drop over 50 kilometers. The Yarlung Tsangpo officially takes on a new face under human regulation. Once the concrete walls securely lock the river, the temporary cofferdam is demolished, making way for penstocks heading straight down to the turbine floor at the base of the dam. Each dam tier houses its own power station containing 12 generator units. A total of 60 megaturbines are deployed along the entire line. Inside the powerhouse halls, 12-meter diameter turbine pits are cast in heavy concrete to house the 1,000 megawatt generating units. Spiral casings weighing 300 tons, cast in Shanghai, arrive at the site after 18 weeks across thousands of kilometers of rail and road. They are lifted into place to direct the swirling water onto the runner blades. The guide vane system is aligned to a fraction of a millimeter, as any eccentricity could tear the machine apart when spinning at high speeds. After releasing its energy, the water passes through draft tubes to return to the river. The entire site maintains a continuous 3-shift schedule with 800 workers per location. Melting water from Tibetan glaciers, after plunging 2,000 meters through turbine tiers to release tens of gigawatts of electricity, continues its journey downstream. To transmit this massive amount of power, transformers step up the voltage from the generators to 800 kilovolts. The Francis megaturbines manufactured by Harbin for the Medog project feature runner wheels weighing up to 280 tons each. They undergo 3 months of complex transport to reach the canyon floor. Guided by heavy-duty overhead cranes, the rotors and stators are lowered precisely into the generator pits. Engineers test the electrical resistance of every winding connection before sealing the casing. With 12 1,000-megawatt units in a single machine hall, each power station here possesses half the capacity of the Three Gorges Dam. One by one, the power stations are connected to a central monitoring system, allowing control over all 60 turbines from a single operator console. Due to the narrow canyon space and high landslide risks, fully enclosed gas-insulated switchgear technology is prioritized. From the canyon edge, 800 kilovolt steel towers rise high, transmitting ultra-high voltage current over 4,000 kilometers to eastern China in just a few milliseconds through converter stations in Sichuan and Yunnan. On the other side of the border, New Delhi closely monitors every fluctuation in flow. Water security concerns were publicly voiced by Foreign Minister Jaishankar at the SCO Forum. Over 300 million people in India and Bangladesh rely on this project's regulation for their survival. Although Beijing maintains that water passing through the turbines is not consumed, but merely lends its kinetic energy to generate power, the absence of a shared water-sharing treaty leaves downstream nations uneasy. The entire Medog Megaproject, with 5 dam tiers, 4 underground tunnels, 60 massive turbines, and a $167 billion investment, is steadily moving toward its 2033 completion target. Once operational, its 60-gigawatt capacity will dwarf the 22.5 gigawatt record of Three Gorges, becoming the greatest renewable energy generator in human history. This clean power, harnessed from gravity and water, will illuminate hundreds of millions of homes while eliminating millions of tons of carbon emissions. Though the Himalayas still stand tall, the Yarlung Tsangpo flowing through their heart since July 2025 has entered a brand new chapter. This project shows us that human capability is limitless, even when facing the sheer power of nature. If you found this video fascinating, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Thank you, and see you next time.